everybody, welcome to episode 82 of Ran When Parked, the show featuring myself, Cone Dodger, Kurt J. Mack, and ZK, showing you car ads from around the internet, as well as some of the stupid things we do, automotively. Gotta put a little asterisk there.
The stupid things.
Oh, the stupid things. Our true specialty is the stupid things. Mostly like recording Ran When Parked for 82 episodes.
2.5 years now?
Oh, who counts? Who does? Like, who cares?
If someone cares, please update the wiki and add all these episodes.
Yeah, please do that.
I think it's still up.
As far as I know, I'm always impressed when we don't do anything pertaining to Ran When Parked and somebody notices. That makes me feel good, you know? Like, we never updated the draft into a published version of the podcast edition. And somebody was like, hey, where is it? And that's...
On my stream, nonetheless.
You know we're really grasping for straws when that's the kind of, motivation that we need in our lives.
It means
just want to feel needed.
Yeah.
At least a little bit.
At least a tiny bit. Well, hopefully you care about the ads and stories we are bringing you today. This is an action-packed episode.
Pow, 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 pow.
You're all gonna get shot.
Action! Is that not the action?
I just realized I left the door open and paint is streaming like 15 feet. It's fine.
All you're going to hear is freeze.
Yeah. I'm more like I'm probably annoying her more than anything. So here we go. Let's well, first actually I need to cover one thing. We didn't update last time the Powers ramp truck situation.
Yes.
We were grieving because the Powers ramp truck live on the scene thing ended up being a bust. The truck was too far gone. He needed to do way more work than he just simply had the time or like, I don't know, stuff like supplies to do.
Yeah, basically one of the rear freeze plugs we assume was leaking coolant, like a lot of coolant.
And not like a rear one on the block, like on the sides. No. It was one on the back of the block in the bell housing of the transmission.
Yeah, so you would have to drop the transmission, fix that, and put it all back together, which is not something easily done.
And if that
at
was like
some random dude's house,
the only thing that was bad, like maybe.
Yeah.
But that was just the last crumb that fell off the cookie before there was no more cookie.
Yeah. Like, it could have been done if he had a real shop to work on it.
Yeah, maybe. But he did not. So
no. And
he just
none of the shops around there would put that on their lift.
So he just got drunk with my brother for the rest of the week on a boat. So.
Which, honestly, that's like it sounds like a great time compared to
accidental
sweating underneath a
vacation.
Chevy.
But we have our own adventures here on Ran When Parked to share with you, such as ZK being Mr. Mechanic for a week.
Whole ass week. Sorry.
Did you really think it was going to take a week to put an exhaust system on?
No. So I put an exhaust on the Roadmaster. This is actually, speaking of Powers, he bought me this.
Yeah. Full circle. But he didn't buy you this. He bought Skelly this.
Yes, this was technically on the baby registry as a joke, and he bought it. I knew it was going to require modification because it's meant for an Impala, not a wagon. And the gas tank and stuff is different. But it ended up taking 35 hours of streaming. Mind you, a bit of that was cleaning up the garage so I could get the Roadmaster in there. But still.
Well, that's still the Roadmaster's fault for being so large.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of work, but I'm happy with it.
Here's your end result. We're going to play this video so that Camino can be very upset again. So this is like a clip stolen by ZK from his live stream. Copyright trademark. Can I just say that you're the only person I've ever known
that sounds good
that works in the garage in sweatpants?
They're not actually sweatpants.
They're like track, like running pants, right? They're like.
Well, they are sweatpants, but they're very thin.
It's even worse.
It's okay. He had warmed this up a week ago when he drove it. So I think we need to have a brief discussion here on is it true? Is free revving an engine when it's cold actually bad for an engine?
If it was built in the 70s or earlier, probably.
I mean, that's basically what an LT1 is.
I mean, it has oil pressure. It's not like it was 60 out. Like, the garage was warm, or like, you know, room temperature.
And like you said, it does have a 3,500 RPM rev limit when in park.
In park. Yeah, so it was not revving to $6,000.
I just want
at idle.
Chad's
At idle,
opinion.
there's no load on it. Like,
I want
if
to know
you
what
don't
people think.
oil in your bearings within like half a second of starting the engine.
I guess this thing's like 30 years old. I'm like 30 something years old.
35.
And wait, that's not an 87.
96.
It's a 96. Oh, so it's only 25 years old.
Yeah.
But still,
It's
like, by 25, I was already getting to the point where, like, when I wake up first thing in the morning, I don't want to go for a sprint. Like, that's how you pull something.
Still, it was barely anything. It's fine.
It's
You mean you don't keep your fight or flight response on a hair trigger when it's most needed?
only when a cat bops me in the face in the middle of the night. But then I just
Also,
hurt.
it doesn't crackle on the road. It only crackled free revving.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it was full of fuel from startup.
Yeah, like driving it on the road, it's almost too quiet to me. Which is perfect. I mean, I think that means it's perfect, because if I try to make it any louder, it'd just be too loud.
I'm sure it's much louder on the outside. Like, that's a
Yeah,
lot of car between you and the tailpipes.
Yes, and there's a lot of sound deadening inside too. But like, I had Monka drive down the road and stuff, and even then, like, it's not that loud. Like, you hear the exhaust now, and before it was silent. But it's not really even louder than like the clutch fan on it. Like, it's.
I just realized that the way that this works is when you hit next slide, it unpauses the video.
Makes no sense.
It's a feature.
It's a feature.
But yeah, I even drove it. I went down the highway at like 70, and there's no drone or nothing. Like, you can at least hear the car now, which is what I wanted. Because before.
But did it free
was
up the
silent.
30 horsepower?
No.
Never does.
Maybe 5. Maybe 5. But
always
I
such
did
BS.
measure, because that was a 2.5-inch mandrel bent system with an X pipe. When before it was a true dual with brushed, supposedly 2.25 inch.
Oh, I guess I didn't even consider that it wasn't crossover before.
Yeah, it was just true straight from each side.
Okay.
And so it sounds better for
Oh,
that,
yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, I always
And-
think 8s sound better if the sound is mixed. 8s that like even some cars with like dual side pipes sound really goofy to me, because you're
Yeah.
like the
You're in half the
2-cylinder
engine.
banks aren't mixing, and it just kind of sounds like two very bad running 4-cylinders fighting each other.
I did, because I had to cut the old exhaust off, because even though it was stainless steel, it was rusty. But like, I cut it in
Welcome to
one
the
of
East Coast.
bins, and I measured it, and it came out about 1.5 inches.
Oh God.
Like, inner diameter. So even if you like all best cases, that's still kind of choking a 5.7 liter.
Probably so.
So we'll see. But I'm happy.
2
and
years
even though
later,
took a
was
lot
it worth it?
more work- Yes.
There you
it
go.
was.
That's all that matters. And it, it was a fun. I don't know if it was fun, but it was a fun excuse to be in the garage for a week too.
Yeah. I miss doing stupid car things.
Yeah. Same. Which is why I'm on the hunt
Oh God, not again.
Not really, but I went for this week. I'm so sick of seeing six-figure cars on Bring a Trailer and everybody talking about all these like just super expensive projects, and everybody's trying to make a buck, and I'm just like, what's out there on the low? Like, what's something down in the ditch somewhere that you could throw some money into for no reason?
I'll tell you what, before you show the ad, I have noticed an uptick in interesting ads in the past month or so.
Agreed. People are getting desperate, and desperation is exactly what we're looking for.
Yes.
And if you're really desperate to get into an electric vehicle, there's no better one than a 1995 Geo Metro electric conversion.
The solar panel that does not make enough power to do anything.
Well, you see, I had this one lined up for a long while now, like Best Find, because it's pretty good. The thing that really confused me about it was the solar panelness and trying to figure out what they were doing there. With its current configuration, it gets up to 80 miles per gallon. I would love to test that. Legitimately, I would love to buy this and just do a YouTube series on it. Is anything they did here effective?
That's almost plausible.
Okay, so this is not a fully electric converted car. This is a gas-burning, gas sipper converted Geo Metro. So they've got aero on it. They have some solar panels. It makes 250 watts of solar power to displace the alternator usage. So in the sun, it gets 10% better mileage. Tell me that would not be interesting. Tell me it would not be interesting to buy this thing and like try to test these claims. There's a rear wing that gets 3 miles per gallon.
The thing that he has, like the numbers for each of these things individual, makes me think that he did test it.
Yeah, but like
a lot of claim.
But like with a notepad or like with math?
Because he's saying side mirrors 1.5 mpg each. That seems a little high.
Doesn't it? Like, I'm pretty sure if I go yoink the side mirrors off the 240, it's not going to get me 3 miles per gallon.
No, I'll get you pulled over.
No, that's just the 240. So here's some pictures of this heavily modified, apparently, Geo Metro for fuel efficiency. It's actually not in the worst shape for these cars. Here's your solar output display panel. How much do you think that Pioneer head unit is sapping away from their miles per gallon?
I mean, this says it's making 0.7 amps at the moment.
Yeah, so their claim is that it displaces the alternator. 0.7 amps?
Not if the fan is running.
And yeah, it's under the hood. It's other than some hella horns, which, you know, even more power. It's a Geo Metro. Like it's a 3-cylinder. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing done under here. Yep.
Oh, do they need a 2.5-inch mandrel bend?
No, that's suspension, I think. That's like a sway bar.
Oh no, that is a sway bar. That's a rusty sway bar.
But
that's where all the weight. That's where all the mileage is. The weight savings from the rust.
It's not rusted away, but it is a little rusty. I appreciate the wheel covers for sure. But yeah, this is. I think I cut off the price, but I think they want like $1,500, something like that.
I mean, just for a car these days.
Right. I don't know. Like I said, I was looking for stupid, fun little projects for cheap, and I think it would be very fun and interesting to try to actually prove some of these claims, or honestly, we know, just disprove. Did I mention that it has a custom camshaft with 181-degree duration?
I don't know my camshaft stuff, but that doesn't seem right.
It doesn't seem right, does it? Do they make custom camshafts for 3-cylinder Metros?
I mean, if you pay someone to do a custom grind, they'll do a custom grind.
I guess. It just seems weird to me to have a custom camshaft made in this bone stock looking engine.
Does it make even less horsepower than it did before, and that's how they got the fuel mileage?
Yeah, did they weld on some additional like fat onto the cam so that it's like ground off the top of it so they don't open as much. Just like let some compression out. Don't know, but it's an entertaining thought, right, Kurt?
An entertaining thought indeed. I don't have any electrical vehicles or conversions here for you today.
Oh, I thought that was all what you're into.
No, not really.
He's moved on.
But you do know for a while that my girlfriend and I, well, primarily the girlfriend, has been looking for something that would be useful for camping.
I heard she didn't like my Cadillac.
Which one was that?
The Cadillac camper that was just a hearse with a sleeping bag in the back.
Oh, true. Yes. No. But perhaps that spurred on, because that was the episode I missed.
Yeah.
Spurred on some additional interest. But yeah. Anyway, we've been looking, and I've had finds on here where we've looked at stuff. Forerunners
with the TRD timing belt.
What do you get? Avoid the ones with the 3.0, and then there's the 22Rs and blah 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 blah. Everybody's got a Forerunner. The old Forerunner, that'd be cool. I'd like that, but reliable, kind of flimsy in the back. Who knows? Camping,
flimsy in the back.
Easily stolen. Van conversions are everywhere.
That they are.
Pickup trucks.
ZK's favorite.
Yep.
You should have bought that one.
More pickup trucks. There's just so much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to choose. Nothing was jumping out at us as like, this is the one to get. It's just like, oh, here's another Nissan.
I will say that's the way to shop. If you're actually just like looking for a car, instead of like relying on the people saying, hey, get this, just look through everything and wait for something that makes you go, oh, I need it.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, we got to a point. Don't worry, this one doesn't run, or else I would have bought it. We did get to a point where something came up, and the girlfriend said she needed it. And I believe the next slide is the grand reveal, because yes, a mistake has been made. We need some sort of like dinger music for like when a mistake gets made.
Can you craft us one real quick? Ooh, I like it.
There we go.
Cut it, clip it, and we'll use it in the future.
All right. And the reveal.
Let's see it.
Of the girlfriend's new, very utilitarian, economical, usable camper vehicle.
A FedEx truck.
A FedEx box truck. Yep.
Brilliant. All right. I have to do the thing, don't I?
That's right, ZK. A hearse. A hearse. You've inspired us.
Not just any hearse.
Not any hearse. Look at the side where the steering wheel is.
Oh boy.
Driving it home.
Driving it home.
She looks so happy.
Yeah.
She's very happy.
She looks like ecstatic. It's the best thing in the world.
Yep. See, it's gonna play again. Yep.
It is gonna play again. There we go. We found a 1995 Toyota Crown Hearse conversion. A JDM imported, obviously. It was very weird because we had gone to a car show with the Datsun, and then we were out at breakfast, and like we were talking about all like, yeah, I keep finding all these like Pathfinders and pickup trucks and stuff, but none of them are jumping out. I don't know what to choose. It'd be really nice to have something. And then she mentioned, what'd be really cool is a hearse, and you mentioned those JDM imported vans, and we saw one at the Bring a Trailer show, and that'd be really cool. Yeah. And I get home later, and I'm doing the ran when parked search through ads, and this popped up. It says 7 hours ago, because this was after I bought it. I decided to take the screenshots for posterity.
So in that 7 hours, you had time to go look at it and decide, and then purchase it.
Correct. But it
Were
has
all the first
100.
ones to look at it?
Yes, he had other people. Some guy from Ohio.
Oh boy.
Who, like, was asking if he could drive it home. But yeah, no, we were the first ones to look at it. It has 137,000 kilometers, just like 80,000 miles. This guy, this is what he does. He's a very friendly guy, quirky guy. You gotta be, but he has.
You think?
He has already a Crown Comfort. He has 2 Mitsuoka, whatever those are called.
The Duesenberg Nissan 300Zs.
Yeah.
They do other things, but yeah, the weird.
No, yeah, he has more of
was that a Masuka that I had? Was it actually a Masuka, or was it just another one of those types?
I think it was
the
just one of
Masuka
those types.
Newt. I think it's called a Newt or something like that.
A Newt.
They have weird
Yes,
names.
they're very strange. But yeah, this is the ads that he provided.
I think we all need to see a certain part of this.
Yes.
Yep.
He did put these, and we still have them, these Toyota Avalon wheels that we do not like.
Very weird choice.
Well, there's very few choices to be made, unfortunately, as we're finding.
I'm sure. The hubcaps are better.
Yes.
I was going to say,
we have these.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have these.
Those are better.
What you need is like those type of wheels, but like actual alloys.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
It has half of the rear seats. I don't know why they've chosen to do this in the Hearse conversion.
Is it like exposed foam?
Yeah, what's on the other side of that seat?
I think it's a split seat, like a 70-30 split.
Okay.
Bench seat. We haven't delved that deep yet.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side is a bunch of electronics, which controls your casket rollers, which is powered. It's got little switches on the right that clamp and push the casket in place.
So you're saying like a little winch at the front?
Yeah, that little head pad right there
pushes,
goes in and out. Yeah.
So you're saying with enough craftiness, you could basically have a pull-out bed. Like you could have it extend the bed out, lay on it, and then have yourself retracted in to sleep.
I didn't think of that, but possibly. Although we're probably definitely going to be removing this thing because it's also extremely heavy.
It has to be another 1,000 pounds in this vehicle.
Yes, it very much tilts to the right-hand side.
Like, it's cool because it's a hearse and it's got these cool Japanese symbols and switches, but just tear out all the back of it and no one will really care.
No, this one's is really quite nice actually, in that a lot of the other Hearse conversions are just the back ripped out and then the rollers put in the middle. This one has this fancy chandelier on the left and curtains everywhere and this padded kind of storage area.
Crown, it's luxury. It's like it's stately.
This is what the
It's
CEO
a super deluxe
got thrown into the ground from.
Mm-hmm.
I really like. I mean, I hate hearses. I'm gonna throw that out there right now. They just gave me the creeps. But I like what the roof modification to this car has done for it.
Yes.
I feel like the bumped up top actually makes this look a lot cooler once it's a little less hearsey.
That's actually what the wagons look like. They have that roof line.
Really? They have that big bumped up top.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've never seen a Toyota Crown wagon, I guess. Or I guess I have on Skid Factory, but I guess maybe they're not leather like that. The vinyl.
No, the leather has definitely been added for the. It's like a vinyl. It's actually very well done.
It is.
That's the thing to worry about is like.
Yeah, it doesn't look like all the other vinyl things that are all rotted and.
Can you pull off the weird hearsey things? Probably not.
No, that's what you want. Who wants that?
I'm sure. But I hate it.
It's so popular. We already took it to a show, to Cars and Coffee, and people immediately swamped us. So yeah, the guy just had it imported like 2 years ago, but he found that he can't sit in the. That's what I forgot to include is a picture of me trying to sit in the front.
Oh, it's cramped because of the.
All that stuff in the back means that the seat is moved all the way forward, so she can drive it fine and dandy. But until we remove that stuff, the seat cannot go back.
Interesting.
So here's, while they were on a test drive, there's one of his Mitsuoka Newts, and on the left is his Toyota Crown Royal or whatever it's called.
Crown Royal.
I don't know. It is. A Majesta. Sorry, Crown Majesta.
No, go back to that picture. Anytime there's a group of vehicles and an Abarth is like the most normal thing in the picture, that's not a good sign.
No, it's amazing. This guy is. This guy would be fun to hang out.
I mean, he is going to be fun to hang out with. I guess we're gonna try to find him because he goes to all these cruise-ins and things. The girlfriend is kind of friends. And then he does also have an extensive collection of die-cast cars in every room of his house.
Sounds like we got our next Ranwin Park guest lined up.
Yeah. Well, the thing is he's selling the Hearse not only because he doesn't fit in it, but he's importing another car.
Oh, good.
Like as we speak, a Crown Comfort driver's ed car.
Oh,
from Japan.
Does he have any like, I don't know, deals on shipping from the Philippines for no reason?
No, I will have to get in contact with him. He's also got a Jeep and another Mitsuoka. I don't know what that thing on the left is. It looks just like a Lincoln or
Wind
something.
powers his heart here.
It looks like a Lincoln, but at the same time, it looks like a JDM version of a Lincoln.
Right.
I wish my shop was laid out like this.
A one door and then pull in.
Just because it would keep me from piling too many cars. Oh my gosh. It looks a lot higher in this picture than in others.
It's got some ride height. She was driving behind me on the way back after we picked it up. It looks really cool. It looks like from the front, and you don't see that it's a hearse. It looks like he's some, I don't know, Yakuza boss or something.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, we need to slam it, put it on weds or something.
Oh my god, yes.
Well, that's the thing. She wants to take it camping.
Right.
I know,
So
and
she's
it's the
trying to
perfect height
find
for that.
Some off-road tires, which is difficult.
Okay, so we need to put in some spring spacers and grapplers on it.
Trying to figure out what rear end is in it.
I don't know. It's a solid rear end. It's a full frame, body on frame car, so it's practically a truck.
Practically.
It's on leaf springs. We could add a leaf.
It's a 2-liter inline 6.
2-liter inline 6. The 1G FE.
I like that when Kurt was first looking at this, ZK was like, "Oh, it's probably a 2J," and I'm like, "I don't think there's a vehicle on this planet that is in drivable condition with a 2J in it for $6,000.
I mean, maybe a 1J, but like they put the 1J in like everything, and a lot of people don't like the VVTIs or the automatics.
Some of these do have the 1J, but not this one. I did find that the what did I say it was? The 1GFE
Yes,
is one half of the 12, the V12 that's in the other, what's that one called? I'm forgetting it right now. The Toyota.
Yep.
That one.
Century?
Regular. The Century, yes.
Okay.
So we have half of a V12. It is only like 130 horsepower, so with all the weight, it is
slow.
Sluggish.
I think we did get a version of that engine.
You madman.
They were about right the next day. She couldn't even wait to register. We had to go to a Cars and Coffee. The crowd gathered.
I think we got a version of that engine in the States. I don't know how compatible it is, but that is a good sign as far as finding stuff for it.
And we had the fun part for me was looking through the owner's manual, which obviously is all in Japanese, but figuring out like what oil does it take and what's the torque on the lug nuts.
The light pole is so sad.
Yeah,
I know.
It also looks like a cigarette.
It did have a time. I'm trying to figure out what this says. Timing belt. I'm a little bit concerned that the 1 and 0 have been wrote in, but Sharpie, but it looks like 2021 is when.
You
like
think?
8/27, 2021.
They do their dates different though.
But that looks like 101,005 kilometers.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
It currently has 130 something.
So it's probably fine for like however many miles y'all are going to put on it.
I mean, I pulled the timing belt off a Supra that had like 200,000 miles on it. It looked like it was brand new still. So
it fits in the garage.
Well, that's a good thing.
Of course, the Subaru lives outside now.
Hard time telling how big it actually is.
It's not. It's not big at all.
Yeah.
It's,
that's what I think.
Which is another reason she liked it, because it's not a huge Cadillac hearse.
Right.
Yeah, it's reasonably sized per se.
What a perfect storm of a find for you.
Yes,
for both of you.
It was very weird that we had that conversation that morning, and then everything started going very fast. And then I was being asked, "Is this a good idea? Should I do this?" I'm like, "I don't know."
I mean, the answer is no.
Yeah,
but
the answer is always no. It's a terrible idea. You should do it.
So yes, it's going to. She has somebody she knows. She's got a drapes guy. she's getting new drapes made. We're gonna take out the inside eventually.
It's a good start to a project when the first thing you get is drapes.
If you have a good, like, I'm just throwing it out there, if you have any experiences with Sawzall blades in this project, let me know. I'm looking for a set.
I am very curious how hard it's going to be to remove the casket stuff.
I think the weight is going to be the biggest problem, because it's really, we've discovered it's just a flat piece of plyboard or whatever, and then everything is screwed onto the top. Even those little shelves are just a separate thing screwed on to the top of that thing.
Usually they're not like
can you
well built, but then again it's Japanese and it's a crown, so it might be like the best thing in the world.
Can you like disassemble it? Okay, just throwing this idea out there. Disassemble it and maybe like reassemble it in the basement.
And then stream from it.
Right.
Streaming glide in.
I just really enjoy the thought of somebody walking into your basement and just a
casket shelf.
With a casket.
You need a casket for it,
right?
Though.
Have to have
but like for you, like with one of your names on it.
Are caskets a standard size? Like are caskets the same size as a Japanese casket?
Yes, they are. The girlfriend discovered. But also there are, if you want to Google, the Toyota Crown hearses that they use for sumo wrestlers when sumo wrestlers pass. They have dual rear axles. Not dualies, but dual rear axles.
Oh, that's so great.
Things I didn't expect to find out today.
It's a learning show. It's educational. Put it in the educational category on YouTube.
Sure.
Okay, so
let's get this.
You found the hearse.
Let's get this show back on the rails.
I've still been looking for things that I thought y'all wanted, like this 1989 Dodge Raider.
What we wanted?
Yeah.
You know, like a 4-wheel drive camper thingy.
This feels like along the same lines ish
as what you were looking at.
Yeah.
Not
before
what you ended up with.
Before the hearse.
Yeah. But it's a Dodge Raider, and these are actually rare, and they say so in the ad.
Of course
Only
they do.
600 of these were made. I don't know if they mean by the V6 or whatever, but
I didn't know that there was a.
Here. They're actually Mitsubishi.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a Montego, something like that. Montero.
Yeah, Montero, something.
Yeah,
but not many of them were here as a Dodge Raider. and I don't think many of them were in this trim, which is, and to me, really good because it looks like a smaller Land Rover.
Yeah,
but
it does.
Without all the Land Rover problems.
I mean, unfortunately, it has Dodge and Mitsubishi problems instead.
Well, 80s Mitsubishi wasn't that bad. I mean, they are quirky, but this one's also in really good shape, and they want $12,000 for it, which is a lot, but
it's rare.
It's in really good shape.
Very, yeah. It's very like utility. I didn't expect that. I expected it to be a little bit more like a luxury style trim.
No, this is like, I think this was basically competing with the Samurai of the era, just maybe slightly higher spec.
I actually have like maybe that was a like dealer option or something. The Raider V6 spare tire cover.
Yeah. Are those horns?
I was gonna ask, what's with the horns on the bumper? Like, I've seen horns. I've seen horn in some weird places, but I've never seen a horny rear bumper.
Also, it's a two-door four-wheel drive thing, which we can all agree is cool.
I guess we can all agree.
Confirmed.
All right.
It's
fine.
a flip-up rear seat.
And that's it.
Apparently, that's all the pictures. But I don't know. I thought this was neat because it was rare, and it was just weird seeing this. Yeah, like.
Yeah, it is weird. It is. You could start a whole museum of like 80s and 90s Chrysler products that existed for 1 year.
Yeah. I think they really only made this for like 1 year or like 1.5, and they also said it was in the 2022 winter storm.
And wouldn't you know it, there's like also an Eagle version that they made like 7 of, something like that. That's just what they would do.
If I was in the market for one of these things, this would be neat.
Neat. Click.
Also, look how giant the like gauges are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it looks
got
like
the,
a dashboard from a Hummer.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was like. It's very utility looking. It's
got the little handlebar for the passenger. It's. I think those middle gauges have like the Pulse Horizon or whatever you call them.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's so good.
It's good. Not for me, but it's good.
I don't know what V6 this is.
Appreciated. Mitsubishi had a V6 that was floating around, didn't they?
Yeah, but I don't know which one of them it is or anything about this car, really, other than that it looks cool.
What more do you need to know? What more do you need to know? The brown on brown is like not its best feature.
No, yes it is. Get out of here. That means it's perfect if we don't both like it.
Right. The best features in cars are 80s and 90s Chrysler products that you didn't know existed.
After you gave me so much crap.
Like a 1991 Eagle Premier ES limited sedan. Rare car. It actually runs.
Also, listed 7 minutes ago.
It's pretty good, right? I'm on the ball here on this show. This is I think a Dodge Intrepid, but I honestly don't know. What in the heck was an Eagle Premier, and when's the last time you saw one?
Never.
Like the only thing you ever see that's Eagle is the Talon, really. And then sometimes
it looks like a weird boxy Lumina or something. It's weird.
It's very just a car of its era.
Plush.
Very plush, almost like Buick-esque, I would say.
Yeah.
Very strange early 90s interior with this wheel that's just wrong.
Excellent.
Here's your front view. It's just car.
Has a bit of an Alpha look to it.
Alpha/Audi-esque, like the early 90s Audi. I don't think, there's no engine pictures or anything, and their only description of what it needs are spark plug replacement, lower control arm, horn, and some other small stuff. You can test drive if you want. Contact me. They changed out the axles, so apparently you can find those.
It's probably something common, like you said, with the
It must be, but the shape just doesn't click to anything, which is
because it's a combination effort from Renault.
Chrysler, why?
Who had Renault on your bingo card?
Chrysler, why? Why? How did Chrysler survive?
Eagle?
And it's an Eagle, so it's a
which is a DSM, which is Diamond Star Motors or whatever, which is between Chrysler and Mitsubishi, but it's actually Renault.
Chrysler, Mitsubishi, Renault.
And
this is worse than
by
Stellantis.
Giorgetto Giorgo, the same guy who did the SVX.
Wow.
And other cars, I guess.
Jeez. Does it say like
weird.
how many they made? Like, was this
2.5 liter AMC 4-cylinder?
what? What?
Renault owned AMC, or vice versa.
Right, but why Eagle then?
We got some of these engines and things laying around.
Yeah, we got
throw it
parts.
under Eagle.
Got some square headlights.
Yeah,
It's
it
weird
is
because
weird.
it's so plainly styled.
Right.
Like we make fun of like 80s Econo or like 80s square Econo boxes, but that's not quite what this is. This is like you took an 80s car and then like sanded all the edges off of to make it even more boring, but weird. Like those early Audis and stuff.
Right.
117,000 were made
117,000
Holy crap.
from 1988 to 1992.
and sold in the States.
Production.
I think Eagle was only a US brand, wasn't it?
I'm just wondering if they're talking about the Renault version. Like, it just seems hard to believe there was 117,000 of these, or maybe
Well,
they're
also-
so.
Dodge Monaco rebadged.
Oh,
So yeah, you may have seen them as a Dodge Monaco
I don't think so.
later on. You might
I
be
think-
familiar.
So you said they made them up to like 80
90 something.
92.
92. So that means they were all off the road in 95?
Right.
Probably.
Huh. Well, I'm baffled. Okay. That was way more interesting of a find than I thought. I figured it was just like a simple little Dodge, badge swap. But no. Some Renault AMC history there. Rear-wheel drive, I guess, to use the AMC 4. It doesn't matter, but
Doesn't say.
doesn't matter. It's
Front-wheel drive.
Wow.
It's a B-body. It's on the Chrysler B-body.
Okay, that makes more sense, but still less sense, and nothing makes any sense.
Why do you exist?
Right. I don't know, ZK.
Why does this exist?
Oh, because they're the best.
Oh god.
1989 Isuzu I-Mark. Now this is unfortunately posting in reverse order. I like this ad mostly because the guy keeps going on about how rare these are. You'll never see another one like it. Never. Just try looking. Where do they say that? Oh yeah. You will not see another anytime soon, I'm sure. For $7,000 in Idaho, I believe this one is. But the one that I really wanted to show you, he says you'll never see another, and he's got a picture
He's got
of two.
Oh, hey, look at there.
At the same time, for $1,500 less, an 88 I-Mark Turbo RS for $5,500 with handling by Lotus. Take that guy with the red car.
This one's
Both
better.
of these are great.
This one is
This one's probably better.
probably better, yes.
Look at this badge on the window. 4XC1 Turbo RS.
So I heard you like badges, Cone Dodger.
Oh, I love me a badge. Oh, yeah.
How about
Give
a
me-
handling by Lotus badge?
Please give me 4 different
Can we get a
typeface.
hailing by Lotus badge and put it on the ramp truck?
Yes. If you get me one, I'll put it on there. Go back to the back. The best part of this is the plain ass Isuzu badge on the left, like just the cheap, gross Isuzu badge, and then it's like the I-Mark is like the kind of badges you find at a parts store, and like you make it out of the letters, and then the handling by Lotus looks like it belongs on an Esprit. So it's good combination.
Mm-hmm.
It is legitimately 4 different style fonts too. Handling by Lotus.
I think that's the only reason Lotus still exists. Though.
Yeah, it did probably save them. I love these cars though.
Oh yeah, this is so good. I think it was Ant. He was like, something only can have one French Econo box hatch thing at a time. And it's like, well, what about a Japanese? Huh? Huh? He's get one of these. And this is like just the right amount of beat up.
Right. Usable.
Like, it's not nice. It's used and worn, but it's still in good condition.
Just needs some not discount tire wheels on it.
Oh, look at the mesh in the headrest.
I like these seats. I would like a set for the Dots.
Well, if you buy this, it's only $5,500. And...
Yes.
Put some crappy eBay seats in this.
You know who designed the Isuzu I-Mark? Our good friend Geo Metro.
Oh,
seriously?
Yes. I thought that I saw that little tidbit when I was reading up about it.
Oh,
But apparently then Isuzu like went to somebody else to finish it, and he kind of like snubbed him.
Gotcha.
So he never actually put it on his resume.
Huh. Interesting.
I think it's, as far as like your 80s, 90s, early 90s hatches, it looks pretty good.
Yeah. It looks rally-esque.
Mm.
I'm not sure about these wheels. I don't.
No, the wheels.
Pretty
the
sure those
discount
aren't stock.
tire
The
wheels
wheels
are
on the
bad.
other ones weren't good either.
No. But there's plenty of there's plenty of boxy car wheels you could put on this that would be just fine. And good money too, I think. I feel like maybe these are underappreciated.
According to
Need some,
Wikipedia, they are also horribly unreliable.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fine.
sure. I'm sure they're
Turbos
terrible.
blow and
Just I'm sure it's an awful vehicle. It's great.
You should buy it.
but neat.
But neat.
Speaking of awful vehicles that you should buy, what about a 1974 Vega Pro Street car? 383 stroker, car trailer included, only $13,500.
So you found this looking for 383 strokers, didn't you?
And why do you call me out like this? I gotta get my 30 horsepower somehow.
I like Vegas so much. It's a shame that they all became drag racing cars.
They all became this.
Yeah.
However, I think you could save this one.
Maybe.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Vega is one of those cars that I never thought that I would like until I started seeing them.
Maybe you're winning back Camino a little tiny bit by saying that. Yeah, they've cut this thing up pretty good. Like the firewall is all modified.
It's fine. It's fine. It's the desert rat. Little, I don't know. For some reason, the little battery disconnect on the rear tickles me because, like, I just imagine turning this into a streetcar and someone just turning it off like, while you're parked somewhere. Rugs and Runners, Jesse James painting body.
Oh.
Yeah, you know that Jesse James.
I'm sure.
Right?
I'm sure that it is. Love the 4-lug front, 5-lug rear too.
Yeah, it's got a 10-bolt rear, which is what the same thing in the Roadmaster is.
Yeah. Yep. It's not tugged out as much as I thought it would be.
No, like it's fine. You just
It's fine.
throw some headlights in the thing and you're good to go.
Thank you for showing the cracking in the tire.
Yeah, I was gonna say this was really a PSA that if you have tires that look like this, replace them, please.
I'm trying, ZK. They're expensive. Leave me alone.
I know. Come on.
It's not my fault. Carvana clearly lies.
.com/u/Cone Dodger 240.
is, yeah. I love these with especially the two-door wagon body styles.
Yeah, I
Very
think
good.
that's what appeals to me is that it's a two-door wagon. And
But I like the coupes too.
I think I've made fun of like fake flames on cars a long time.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I like it on this. Like this specific one with the like weird checker flag in there.
I think
don't like all the text.
Flames
but,
can
like,
look okay. Realistic attempt flames always look bad.
Mm-hmm. Also, this trailer is not adding any value, by the way. This is like the cheapest kind of crappy type.
Man.
But it comes with a trailer.
Oh, it comes with the trailer.
Yeah. It's a 2-in-1.
Oh.
Twofer.
Twofer. It's a
I
twofer.
can't tell. It's a super something. I was trying to read this sticker on the dash, and I just could not.
I think it says Super Cars. Oh, Super Chevy. Super Chevy is a show.
Okay.
Me and my dad used to go to Super Chevy down in Gainesville all the time. So it's a pretty big club.
Okay, I see. Is that a heater or a fan in the center console? Like, what am I looking at?
Or yeah, maybe a space heater, like a little 12-volt heater. Man, they need one of those for roadkill every time that they're freezing their nuts off in a car.
Yeah, we need to like send that to Finnegan and Freiberger. Yeah. See, like, yeah, just buy a bunch of these and bring them with you in your luggage.
They always do the very, like, there's no way they're not going to burn a car down doing it one day, where they like buy an inverter plugged into the cigarette lighter and then plug in a cheap space heater from Walmart inside the car. And always like, just, hey, Jay Bowman.
One of my soapbox things is in cars where you have like an inverter that goes from like 12-volt DC, and you have an inverter that puts it to AC, and then plug in like a phone charger that goes to like DC again. Anyway, it's got a 750 CFM carb on it that's purple.
Yeah, why do they do that? I know why they do it, but it's still ugly.
It's still got the carpet in it, which is interesting. I don't know. I liked it. It was a little expensive, but I think
I'd like it if it was what it was.
Weird things that we like. I haven't seen weird stuff like that
in
a while now.
Stuff's getting weird. Stuff's getting cheap. Like 1992 Acura Vigors, because what I really want, one of my bucket list things, is to get a car with an inline 5. And I believe we were talking about it recently. Wasn't there an Acura with an inline 5? And it was longitudinal front-wheel drive? Sure is. There it is. A 5-cylinder front-wheel drive longitudinal mounted Acura Vigor. As is, ran fine when parked. Great car. Battery needs charging. Will need to be towed. Brand new tires. Can charge battery to here. Turn over and crank. $1,500. So it ran fine, but doesn't start. But it's a 5-speed manual.
I think I had a Legend.
I think you had a Legend, and that's what sparked our conversation about
the
5-cylinder ones. So I've been keeping an eye out, and I could fix one up. They're very frumpy.
$1,500. Like, I'm sure you could find parts for this one-off engine. And
yeah, I mean, it's basically just a D16 with an extra cylinder on it, isn't it?
I have zero idea, but probably not.
I don't really
These are weird cars.
like them very much. Like, they're not the most attractive of Acuras.
No, they kind of look like a. Oh, you don't have that.
They don't have a front picture, sadly.
But kind of have that Integra rear window, and that's like the only thing that's familiar about it.
Right? Yeah.
It's like you took an Integra, but like stretched it a bit, but not in a good way.
But I feel like for $1,500, if you could get it running and clean it up and make it like presentable, unlike how they have it. And straight pipe it, then somebody would probably find it interesting, like the drug dealer that lives next door. So I feel like that would be a fun, cute little $1,500 project that would probably end up costing you $5,000 to try to find parts for this engine. It doesn't look that unique though. Like, this looks like every other Honda engine.
It is, yeah. It's just a Honda, but like, I don't know. I remember reading something about like they are. Not a nightmare, but annoying. Maybe not quite like SVX levels of specialty parts, but in that same category of they made like one car that used this one engine for this one period of time.
I'd
I
try
don't
it.
think they ever use this in anything else.
Right. I mean, if it was a good enough engine, I don't know. I don't even know what kind of power they make. I don't think they're VTEC or anything like that. But it would be something that you'd love to do, like some kind of really stupid swap in.
Like put a gas turbo on it.
No, I was thinking like put this in an MR2.
Okay, yeah.
Just something real stupid. Cheap, easy to find projects. They're out there. You just gotta look.
Thanks for the segue, Cone. Because I have somewhere where you can look.
Perfect.
1989 Chevy Sprint and Pontiac, a twofer. Unfortunately, doesn't include a trailer, I don't think. But they have one Chevy Sprint Turbo and one Pontiac Firefly Turbo, as well as tons of spare parts. The Chevy runs and drives. Pontiac will need some work. Ran when parked. Running and driving when parked. Ooh, 2 years ago. Sold as a package. First come, takes them away. Yeah, I'm used to seeing the Chevy Sprints that actually look good.
The older ones with the square headlights.
Yeah, the older ones.
This one has Cavalier headlights grafted onto it.
Yes.
The back looks the same.
It's still good. It's still
got
good.
that Isuzu I-Mark back end. It might be an Isuzu I-Mark, though. I don't know.
No.
Maybe.
Very different shape. It looks more like... It is. It's a totally different shape. This is way more rounded.
Well,
everywhere.
yeah, but like mechanically.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think these were Daewoo's. No, these were or were these the Suzuki's?
Fine, I'll be the Google guy this time. I think we had a Chevy. I brought a Chevy Sprint, like the old one, like the first generation one.
Yeah, they have that little like mail slot.
Right.
Where the intercooler takes the air from on the front.
What year is this? 91?
This is an 91 or an 89? Or...
89.
89.
So, like, sure, there's two of them, and you probably have to tow both of them back, but I think both of them could fit on the Ram truck.
I appreciate that when I looked for Chevy Sprint, people also ask, what is a Chevy Sprint?
What is?
Hey, Redline 6500, I'll take it.
Only got 349,000 miles.
It's a Suzuki Cultus.
So it was a Suzuki.
Yep.
Isn't a Cultus also the Sprint? Or
also a Swift, you mean?
Swift,
yeah, it would...
not Sprint. Yeah.
I was going to say, yes, it would work both ways.
Sorry.
These are some good seats. I do like
the
seats.
Those are some good seats. Sorry, I'm deep in this wiki now. This is a second generation in 1988. Engine. Oh my god, there's a billion of them. But this is a turbo?
Turbo, they're both turbos.
The only turbo listed is the 1.0 liter G10T turbo, inline 3.
Perfect.
No pictures of the engines, unfortunately.
I'll take both of them.
It is it was offered with either a carburetor or EFI. Yes, carburetor with the turbo. It made 55 horsepower with the carbureted version. 9.5 to 1 compression, by the way.
It's pretty good for the day.
Looking for the later.
It does say 3 cylinders.
Turbo. 81 horsepower for this one.
Woo!
Yeah,
I mean, it probably weighs like 1,400 pounds. Or...
True. Be a fun, stupid rallycross car.
Yeah, it would.
For the time that it runs.
Well,
I think he's asking a bit much for him.
Yeah, bit much. Just a bit out of our stupid person price range.
Yeah. But would you take one of them for half the price?
Maybe. Maybe.
What do I have here? I forgot. Oh, our favorite car ever.
Where did these go?
I don't know where they went, but here's one of them.
Boomers have got to be holding on to these things thinking they're going to be worth millions.
Low mile. They think it's worth $37,500 or $37,500. Don't think too hard.
Too late.
I like this one because it's purple, and they took really good pictures of it. And we haven't seen these like where do they all go? Like,
they're
this
in
was also-
museums. They're in like bad museums.
Yeah.
They're in roadside attraction museums.
They're in the upside down museums.
But this has got to be.
So like you walk into a museum and there's like a viper sitting there, like a really nice viper, and then you accidentally go to the upside down and just like covers in, it turns into a prowler covered in moss and you and like, somebody draw me that scene, I need it.
Oh, I forgot the bit. This is a stunning 1999.
Has he not done a prowler?
I think he has actually.
Oh, okay.
But 24,000 miles. Blah blah blah. Everything that everyone hates about it is that it's a 3.5 liter.
It's the V6 out of the Grand Caravan.
Yeah, with an automatic and everything.
Yes.
Which is horrible because if it had any kind of V8, these things would be like amazing.
You would put a 2 in front of that 3.7 if these had come with like a 5.9 Magnum in them.
Even like if it was the 5.2?
If it was the 4.8 or whatever, the tiny little V8 that they had. If they had put a V8 in them, they would be
99.
priceless.
That would be the Magnums, so that would be either the 5.2, so the 3 whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the 390. Yeah. But it's purple flake. Oh, it's so But also like I don't know, it's like what other production car looks more like a Hot Wheels than this thing?
I mean, nothing, but sometimes things should just stay as Hot Wheels.
Look, it's got like the shocks or whatever, like
Yeah. They did a lot of
inboard.
crazy engineering to make this thing.
But also it was like sort of a part spin special.
I forgot about the Prowler.
I
forgot.
Oh.
I forgot.
We do like our Cougars and
Yeah.
such.
Could you go back to the shifter? Noticing any certain pattern to the shift pattern there? There's a large area at the bottom
Oh.
connected to a sliding path that's done.
We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, okay.
It also has an external little boot that's
cute.
color matched. It's cute, and I didn't realize it came off. So, because the first picture didn't have it installed.
What
Also,
kind of shoes are those?
Like I thought they were Crocs at first, but they're not.
Oh. I don't know.
But look at this thing. It's so stupid.
I wish they were cool.
They are cool, and
I
you
wish they
have
were
to.
cool.
The front crash bumper was intended not to be there, and it's very easy to take them off.
I think they look stupid without a crash bumper, but that's just me.
It's both.
Yeah.
But
They just look stupid.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Go back. Jay Leno's on the program tonight, everybody.
is this a cool car or is it not?
It's a cool car. It's just done in the least cool way possible.
I wonder how hard it would be to swap some sort of V8.
I remember reading magazine articles about it being done in the 90s, like, or in the early 2000s, and it was possible, but you
like,
had to redo this car.
I was going to say, like, I don't think it would be easy, which is probably why they settled on a V6 that looks crammed in there.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you did put a V8 in there, like, would you have enough radiator? Like, all these little fiddly things that people don't think about. That, like, where's the alternator?
Right. Yeah.
This has got to be a nightmare to work on.
Mm-hmm.
But look at it. Look at it. It's so stupid. And look, it's got the auto stick.
Yeah, that's what makes the shape.
Yeah. I guess Tiptronic is another name for it, I
Yeah.
guess.
So you can shift
Manually
through all
shifted.
4 gears.
Yay. 24,000 miles, though.
Yeah, nobody drives these
Or
things.
2,400 maybe?
Yeah, 2,400 miles.
Yeah, not. I thought they said 24,000, but it's 2,400.
Oh, there's only so many digits there. Once you get above that, it adds the K.
Ah.
Oh boy. Original
There was
tires.
one of these at the 4th of July show we went to, and I didn't even change my direction to look at it.
There's so many pictures of it. They're also artsy too. I like this lady in flip flops or
Whatever they
pumps
are.
or whatever they are.
Well, I mean, now thanks to this ad, I've seen enough Prowler for the next 10 years. Don't need to see one ever again, really.
But when was the last time you saw one in purple?
A lot of them were in purple.
Every car
I
should
find.
be in that color.
I feel like they were.
Every car should be in that color. You can't convince me otherwise.
Okay, we won't.
Even a 1987 Nissan Pulsar NX. No good. This was just my bonus find.
I don't think it would look good in purple.
No.
I mean, they don't look good in any color, but
if you find that the extended roof hatchback
Passable.
edition, yes. But this one looked very clean, very nice.
Yeah.
For only $3,200.
I mean,
it's a good first car.
Only 85,000 original miles.
It's a good first car.
Like 20 years ago.
All right, listen, don't hurt me like this. I mean, a 240 wasn't a good first car when I got a 240, so let people make mistakes, all right? You think that was the factory inlay on those wheels? It looks too well done to be done by somebody.
That's factory. That's got to be factory. This is not a good car, but it's a good Radwood car.
Very clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 240 wheel. I just realized that's the steering wheel out of a 240.
It's close. I don't think it's quite the same.
You don't think it's the same? Did you ever have a first year?
Similar. Huh?
Because the first year 240s have a different wheel to the dual
maybe
cam.
no, because I had an 89.
If it's not the same, it's real close. Maybe it is a little thicker.
No, it's a very similar shape at least, but I don't think it's the same. I like the heavy duty switches on the dash.
Yeah.
Well, for the headlights and whatever that other one is. The wipers.
It's all very weirdly familiar.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that could be the worst rear seat I've ever seen.
Have you seen the Hearse?
So bad. I think I'd rather be in the Hearse than that. You're gonna be in the Hearse after this. Oh boy, that's bad.
That's clean though.
It's extremely clean.
Disturbingly clean. Yep. Cute little
That's an
engine.
engine.
Gosh, look how clean this is. This is probably the cleanest car you could buy for $3,000. And that brings us to the best finds of the episode, where we review last episode's best finds and compare Kurt's life or death. Wait a minute, I just realized how perfect that is now. You had the Hearse trailer last time.
You should towed that with the Hearse.
My Mercedes Isuzu Toyota and ZK's electric Integra. This might be one of the biggest blowouts in Best Find history. Kurt with 58% of the vote. That's the wrong picture. No, that's the right picture. I thought it was a bigger blowout than that. Oh, it's just the ZK got nothing.
Why does no one like the electric Integra?
What's the reverse of a blowout?
Suck in.
Suck in, yes.
35% for the Merciota and 6% for ZK's Integra. What do you have to say for yourself, ZK?
I guess no one likes electric vehicles for some reason.
ZK, see, this is a shocking result.
This is a shocking result.
This time around, we I've lost my remote for slides. There we go.
Me too, it kicked me out.
Myself have.
Myself and Cone Dodger as
Disqualified.
A rare, very cheap Yugo Cabriolet. For only $3,500, you could have a 1 of 72 car. That's
too many.
That's good value. Did you
or you
know
could have that Nissan Pulsar.
that there was a factory Yugo Cabriolet? Because I didn't.
Was it factory or was it like?
This is not a modified car. They came from the factory this way with a power convertible top.
Is it factory in the way that 240 convertibles are factory, but they were modified by a third-party company?
I don't know much about that, but probably. A lot
swear
of.
To God, if ASC ruined another car, I swear to...
Well, could you ruin a Yugo? The car needs a lot of work, rust repair, big interior work. For a brief moment in time, this was my only vehicle. That takes some cojones.
Or really bad circumstances.
Look at it.
It's horrible.
Look at it.
I love it. It looks like the what is it? The VW Cabriolet, but like worse in every single way.
The door cards are literally just disintegrating. Everything in the interior is pretty much disintegrated. Probably it leaks immensely.
Those aren't the stock seats either. Those have been replaced.
Look how long the shifter is. Look at the cup holder. Look at the gauges that look just like that Dodge Raider.
There's a cup holder? All I see is a floating Coke can.
It's just a Coke can in the center console.
I see.
Here's all the gauge you need. The coolant gauge is tilted at a 45-degree angle to fit into this circle that it's in, as is the fuel gauge.
Where are these wires? That concerns me.
It's fine. It's just speakers. Here's your engine and spare tire, just like a Brat. Here's your heater core exposed to the engine bay.
And a cardboard box.
Yeah.
For airflow.
Never seen a core just like open.
I mean, that would be very easy to replace as somebody who is dealing with the Datsuns.
True. And I think here's the only picture with the top up where they stayed pretty far away.
Oh, I see. That little vent is supposed to go into a box that then goes through the heater core.
Oh.
The box is missing.
The box is missing, huh? Probably a plastic box that disintegrated.
Yes. I do see one in 2021 rather. With 370 miles selling at Barrett Jackson for $12,000.
Then they are asking too much for this.
Yes. Oh, what are we asking too much?
We asked too much of ourselves.
Oh, we could have gone with this. Why didn't we get this? A 1956 Pontiac camper built by Superior Coach, a prototype. If you think fixing an imported JDM never had in the States car is difficult, how about a prototype for $13,500? 56 Pontiac camper. They built ambulance and hearses. Superior did. I didn't even realize there was a connection there. Aluminum, very, very flush and aerodynamic, like an Airstream, as you can see.
What is the box?
The top is motorized. It needs a solenoid. It goes up an extra 3 feet, so you could stand up.
Ah,
that is
Father, California.
Pop out.
The motor will fire with fuel in the car, but it needs to be rebuilt. It's a wild piece of history.
It is pretty wild.
It's very wild. It looks more like a hot dog truck than a camper.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that giant gap there.
Here, yeah. Yep.
sure it opens up flush with a little bit of WD-40
Or maybe
something.
that's like ventilation.
You do need to worry about ventilation when you're camping.
Yeah, because that's intentional.
Whether it's intentional or not, it doesn't look good.
So the whole top lifts up too, huh?
Yes.
I feel like maybe
What a
it's not
look.
out all the way. Like if you envision it coming out further, then
Right.
No,
those
yeah,
might
I think
meet
they're
up.
fully extended all the way is the thing. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
at a right angle, like the shape of the rear
Yeah.
piece or whatever that is.
So something else is broken.
Some WD-40.
Big old tow mirrors. It's so weird how it's just perfectly cut, like just shling and then box.
Yes.
Besides the gap behind the door, we won't talk about that. Yep, that's a camper on the back of a Pontiac wagon.
It's even got your superior badging. Got a engine.
Just a big old canister on the side of it. What's that for?
It's not a filter. What is that?
What is that? Somebody that's old, tell
probably
us what that is.
Something like the turbo
Oh,
red,
like trying
red
to,
hot
yeah,
box or some
trying to
marketing
direct
thing like
the air in.
yeah. Hudson or whatever had a bunch of those things that they named funny things.
I remember when things were named things.
Yeah, remember names.
Remember names. Oh boy.
All right, we all know what the interior one of these looks like. There
We go. You're sure that's not just how that's supposed to be?
Yeah, it's not out all the way.
Okay,
Nah,
if you say so.
Yeah, and the top you can see the motors or whatever
Looks like
raises the top like
quite
I
a
see
structure.
that. I'm not sure how it's supposed to
I
work.
think it's gonna go like whoop, like it's gonna whoop.
yeah, the top goes up and then those ladders on the side I guess flip open and then
Yeah.
lock in for support.
It's gonna
Isn't that gonna leave like a big air gap?
It's a prototype, ZK. Have some imagination.
Sorry. There might be a reason they never built these in
I
production.
actually made one. There is a cheese inverter in here. I don't know what that is.
A cheese inverter.
Looks like a popcorn machine.
Maybe that's what that big drum on the side of the carburetor is called.
Cheese inverter. This pass through is wild looking. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Prototype.
You know what is very relevant these days? Elvis Lincoln.
Is it?
Yeah, $75,000 is way too much money, but it's a rolling work of art with a stunning image of Elvis on the hood and the
Oh.
Vegas Rat Pack on the trunk.
Was there recently an Elvis thing, like movie or?
Beautiful blue velour interior with Lincoln logos, blue light tint on the rear windows, etc. We'll consider a film camera emoji. Shoot, offer, or question mark. Items of interest. I assume for trade, a blue, specifically blue, 2019 Chevy Volt Premier with 7K charge. Or a blue late 2019 Tesla P100D. Or a blue on blue motorhome. Or a Trimarian with Oceanside something. I think that's a boat. Or he wants a blue Gibson guitar.
Why is everything blue?
Or a blue Les Paul. Or, yeah, he just really likes blue, I guess.
Oh, he even bought 4 blue Monroe gas shocks that he didn't install yet.
I think Monroes are usually yellow, even.
It'd be funny if he also was just like, or a yellow Prius.
And, yeah, it's a Lincoln, which is kind of a cool car.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Elvis Hilton.
Good old Elvis Hilton.
They started with the face, and after that they were like, "Oh no!"
Oh crud! I can't draw hands.
Haven't you seen those Instagram accounts that are like artists can't draw hands or something? Other than that, it's like a Lincoln Continental.
Who's on the back?
The Scat Pack, or whatever he called them.
Oh.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Well, that's Frank Sinatra. You know him from his limited edition Chrysler from the previous episode.
Oh, right. Look at this plush interior. Every door has a cigarette.
It's all blue.
It's all blue. Everything is blue. This is another PSA. I can't quite see the year marker on these, but I think they need to be changed.
I mean, they don't even have a brand on them.
It's so long, it doesn't fit in the frame.
Yeah.
Here is how many miles
there are
on
big
it.
enough.
Oh, good. Plush.
It's like your carpet, but blue.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that inlay embossed headrest.
Mm-hmm.
This was a big deal.
Girlfriend was like, I want to camp in a limo.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Just knowing
Like
how
actual
limos are
like-
created.
Yeah, conversion limos, awful. But like
Yes.
the biggest sedan you can find, like a Lincoln Continental or Cadillac Brougham, excellent.
Wood.
Little pop-out.
Oh, it's a laptop stand, right?
Yeah.
Very, very forward thinking.
I think it's for your martinis, actually.
Yeah.
There's your embossing of the Lincoln logo.
There's your mileage. I mean, 70,000.
Yeah.
It's seen some road.
You like the horizontal gauge or speedometers?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why blue?
He loves blue.
Okay.
And in theaters, you can see Elvis, a Baz Luhrmann film with Austin Butler and Tom Hanks.
Is this sponsored content now? Like, do I have to put hashtag
I
ad
hope
at the end of this?
But I don't know if this is what
So
he's
do you-
selling it right now.
Yeah, I was going
But
to
this
say,
is
like,
currently in theaters, literally right now.
it seems like anybody that has something Elvis that hasn't gotten any value in the last 30 years, they're like, oh, now's the time. People are going to remember Elvis.
Is Elvis any kind of relevant anymore?
They made a movie.
Was more relevant, Elvis or the Yugo?
Probably Elvis. More people remember Elvis than remember Hugo.
There's no next slide. I'm trying to move
That's
past
our
it.
show, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you go
Vote
down to the
for Elvis.
description and vote for your best find of the episode. Thank you all for watching. Super special extended edition with special reveals. Smack that like button so that Kurt can buy more ridiculous things from Japan that we didn't know existed. We don't actually get any money from that. Kurt actually never sees a dime from this show.
No, it's
Neither does
definitely
he.
been
This-
a debit.
This show has been a net loss for all of us significantly. You're welcome.
Good day, sir.
Good day.